Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So it's away we go then.
We all know what Xavi's game is about, Peter, but that doesn't help when it comes to trying to stop him.
Extraordinary, really, because he's never had to rely on pace or on strength.
No, his game is all about...
It's Neymar! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Now it's Donatoni. Thuram simply refused to be outdone there. He is through here. A header! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Modern football for you. You get zero time to think on the ball. Take too long, and that happens. It gets pinched.
Cannavaro cuts it out. That's really well manoeuvred. A probing pass. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Rijkaard. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And now they can clear their lines.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Del Piero gets into a good position.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And he plays one through. Cannavaro. Looking to play him in. Osimhen! Oh, what has happened here? This time, surely! Goal! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Burnley are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So, a breakthrough already. Osimhen tries leading the charge, but he's having to go it alone. Osimhen ploughing through the middle. And the shot! It's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Decent chance! Oh, it's come off the upright. An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
You can never be too safe with someone like him around. They got away with that.
Gets a good foot in there. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Well, this is intriguing.
Chance! And that's another fine save. And we have our very first corner. Griezmann with the short one. Real chance! Oh, he's been caught on it here. And he's in on... And a chance! Yes! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! That is a super smooth goal, beautiful manoeuvring of the ball, and splendid authority in the finish.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. So we're up and running. Well, Fabio Cannavaro may not be a giant in physical terms, Jim, but his reputation, his presence are as imposing as they come.
Yeah, he's proof positive that...
Osimhen! Knocks it into space. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Now it's come to nothing. Berry. There could be trouble here. He's shifting through the... And the shot! They've scored!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
And a calamitous moment ends with the inevitable result.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
Burnley are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Well, that is one way to stop him. Donatoni. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Shot could be on. And that is masterful defending. And he's there to get it away. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Can he get it through? And it's made its way to him. There's the shot! And there's a goal! And they're threatening to fly away here. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Manchester United are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
And Dijk cuts it out. Now, can they get him away? Brilliantly cut out. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Gives it back.
Not a lot more he could do there.
It's Griezmann! Now, who's going to be first to this? And he's whipped it across. Is it in? Yes, it's an own goal.
Oh, I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you have to take whatever way it comes, and very gratefully.
Now it's Villa. And here's Osimhen. Osimhen! Brilliant from Osimhen! He's got himself an absolute peach. They are right back in business.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, for me, you can't fault the keeper there. The effort went in at the widest.
And Van Nistelrooy! And he's there to belt it away. Now it's Griezmann. Van Dijk does really well to win the ball there. Probing pass. Now that's well seen too. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that's really well manoeuvred. And he's picked out the run. And he's got the beating of his man. Real chance! Goal! Manchester United! And they've got their lead back. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Van Nistelrooy really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
Manchester United have their lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Pass somewhat off target. Van Nistelrooy. Can he get on the end of this? Ferry deals with that comfortably. And now they can clear their lines. Yamal looking to play him in. Now it's Villa. Threads one in. David Villa. Yamal. And they can counter here. Stood up well to him there. Well, that looks a decent ball. Oh, that was vital. Rice, who does have an assist to his name. It's a really well-measured ball. And it's Rice. Passing nice and neat. Van Nistelrooy. He's looking wide. Looking for options for movement. Thinks about the shot. Big chance! It's loose now and they want to get it back. He's on it. Can he get away? Vieira. That's a good ball. And it's hoisted clear. And the referee says that is that for the first half. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I can tell you it's been a wonderful watch, Peter. I'm not complaining. The goals just seem to keep on coming. It clearly means that defending hasn't been at its best, but you know what I'm like when it comes to defending.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Burnley really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
It's a good spell of possession, this. Looking for the run.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Yamal is offering some sort of an apology. Could be danger here. Decent chance! In he goes again! It's a goal! They've done it again! It is incredible!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
Simplicity itself.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space, Peter, but you really shouldn't be left unmarked in the middle like that. I don't think he could believe his luck.
It's turning into quite a gem, this.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Knocks it out wide. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Maldini kept his eye on it, and he's there. Well, played right into his path. Now it's Villa, and he's managed to get free. Van Dijk did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Bruno Fernandes, getting up there! Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Substitution for Manchester United.
So
Number
changes
7,
afoot here, and from
Mbappe.
both sides.
Number 21, Van Nistelrooy. Number 19.
Manchester United are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
41,
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape,
Coming on the field,
certainly when defending at least,
20,
because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that
Ronaldo.
seems to be the
Number
plan.
10,
Tries to play it through.
Number
Now, what about a
23,
counter-attack?
Makalele.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Manchester United clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
That has not gone well. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Osimhen touches it back.
He had nobody else to help out there.
And he was quick to react. Figo crosses it in. Oh, good effort! A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Manchester United clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
He's a sharp little ball here.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Tries to pass it through. Aims beyond the defence. Makalele. Xavi Alonso. To Osimhen. Great vision. Can he finish? And no mistake. And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Another moment of magic. A real wow moment.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, I think you can write this lot off at your peril. It's been a joy to watch them hold themselves right back into it. Now, can they hang on?
And that pass just didn't quite work. Donadoni is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Nicely weighted ball.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which...
Goes for a shot! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Manchester United really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
He leaps for it! Firm header, just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
Substitution for Manchester United.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
To replace him is number 22, Varane. Substitution in progress.
Roberto Carlos, very much into the last knockings. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Takes a shot! And that's a sharp finish. They have stolen level at the last. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Fermin looking for the chance to skim one in from range. 4 extra minutes added on, and it's Lopez. Osimhen! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Now the ball in. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And the referee brings it to a close. What a game, a contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from start to finish. Osimhen voted man of the match, and deservedly so.
Today that smoking is only allowed.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. So it's down to business here.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter. And it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders who...
Great chance! Cleared without hesitation. That's destined for the flank. Oh, there's a probing ball. Kaká threads one in. Ibrahimovic! Kaká in the side, just about as box office as it gets.
Yeah, I totally agree. He, in many ways, the blueprint of the modern-day number 10, lauded for his simple and very graceful style of play. Really is a player who has the lot.
You come to the game just to see him play. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Griezmann venturing down the left. And here's Osimhen. Great defending, strong and determined. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Kaká. And this is Ibrahimovic. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Taken back almost at once. Tries to play it through. Not much subtlety about that challenge. And it's Stojkovic. Burnley so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Serginho. Serginho's. He leaps for it. Goal! Inter! And Inter go in front. Certain, searing and imperious.
He was always going to do that one way or another. A fantastic effort. Simply fantastic.
That could spell trouble. Oh, it's come loose. Great ball and he's in. Big chance! And no mistake. And they're threatening to fly away here. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
David Villa. Oh, he's having a go! David Villa! Brilliant! A finish of true class! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Burnley are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Ferry, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Now it's Villa. It's a pretty loose pass. Can he get it through? And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Oh, that's a key interception.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And here's Donatoni. Now, can they get him away? And it's played in. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Guardiola running with intent. Stojkovic picks it up out wide, and he's managed to get free. Chance, surely! Osimhen is onto it in a flash. It's played through for him. Pepe spots it and intercepts. And it's Stojkovic. He's through here. Now it's Mbappe. Looking to play him in. Oh, important interception. Akanji is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. Oh, that's well spotted. And he's in on goal. It's Griezmann! And that's a tidy finish. They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
It's turning into quite a gem. And the referee has blown for half-time. Burnley are finally getting a much-needed break. It's been absolutely breathless stuff so far. The midway point of the game.
I think it shows you the danger of not killing off the game when you've got the opportunity. It might be level on paper, Peter, but we know who has the momentum now to go on and win this.
It's a really enthralling 45 minutes, beautifully poised for the 45 to follow. The score at half-time, 2-2. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. In with the challenge. Done delicately. Nice interception, well timed. Davids with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. And it's Davids. Spread it left. Timber. Kaká. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Akanji. Now it's Donadoni. Kaká. Now Davids. Timber. Davids. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And the shot! Belletti plays it forward. That is good alertness. Davids. Timber. He's got away. Kaká. Akanji. And Ferry. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. And they can counter here. Ibrahimovic. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Inter clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Oh, couldn't quite catch up to that.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Cambio di giocatori.
Davids. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Ambitious ball here. No luck with that dink over the top. That's really well manoeuvred. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Well, that looks a decent ball, and that interception was most necessary. Davids is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. And it's been played through. He's picked his way through. And the shot! Now, and the keeper couldn't hold it. Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Tries to pass it through. Now it's Takahara. And that has left him in a heap.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Cannavaro promptly onto that, and that is that. Played out to the left flank.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 17. Viene sostituito con il numero 22.
Davids. And it's Davids. Aimed beyond the defence. Still anyone's game, this. One moment can decide it.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Kukçu. Guardiola. Spread to the right. Looking for options for movement. Takahara might just make this. Now it's Donatoni. Great ball if he can get there.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Mbappe is offering some sort of an apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Davids, not too much to add on here, just a minute. Davids! And he thumps it clear. And that's that. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle. Melbourne City have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Yeah, Peter, you can look at this formation 1 minute and think that it is 4-3-3, and the next time you check it'll be 4-5-1, and it's all to do with whether you've got the ball or not, and the wider attacking players being asked to apply defensive discipline too. When it does turn to a 5 across midfield, then the shape of this team takes on a much tidier, compact defensive look.
Good ball, good take. And this is Yaya Toure, and it's made its way to him. Goes for a shot! There it is!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. He might be in here, and the shot! Superb from Jackie! That is a gem! An absolute gem! 2-0, and in next to no time. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Melbourne City are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
And here's Semenyo. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Now it's Donadoni. And he was quick to react. Rodri. Nori. Melbourne City claiming a corner, and the referee concurs. And we have our very first corner. And that is well cleared. Oh, he's been caught napping. And there's his chance to lead the counter. He's found a way through.
Burnley are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Nicely weighted ball. It's a shot at goal! Yes! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
And now he has two. A case now of complete control. Melbourne City do have a chance to counter here. Looking for the run. Osimhen! He's kept it out just.
Burnley certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Nori cuts it out. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Akanji. Nice-looking ball. And that is a little undercooked. It's a pretty loose pass. Yaya Toure. And this is Tevez. He's a sharp little ball here. He's found a way through. Chance, surely! And that's a good finish. They are purring, truly purring. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Oh, takes a shot! Well taken goal. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
Well, they may be down, but they're in no mood to go quietly. That has ended up in no man's land. Well, that has not gone well.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Like Nori. Akanji. Well, they can break here. Can he get it through? He is through here. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And here's Tevez. Great defending, strong and determined. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Nori. Vieira conjures time and space where few can. He's shifting through the gears here. That's the end of the first 45. So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon.
And if you do have a chance today, please take some time out to give your support to our Better Stadium Fund.
And we get things going again. 45 minutes to change their fate. He won't be happy with that one.
This is the time you need that pace.
Now it's Tevez. Tevez going face-to-face with his great rival. And here's Tevez. Semenyo. Semenyo driving forwards. Ferry did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And Tevez! Oh, that's a waste.
Melbourne City really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Rijkaard. Roberto Carlos. And Akanji. Now it's Osimhen. Rodri is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. And he's managed to get rid. And it's Rodri. And that's clear cut, it's a free kick.
Substitution.
Burnley can now introduce the first of their substitutes. Semenyo. Oh, that's fabulous. And the finish! And yes, it's there! His utter joy. He engages with absolute happiness. And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
This is a gloriously greedy performance. And this is Yaya Toure. Well, we've seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Now it's Osimhen. David Villa! Oh, terrific save. Burnley still have the cards to affect this game. Vieira. Rodri. And here's Tevez. Oh, just skips past his man. Searching pass he's played there. Vieira looking to provide the solidity his team so need. Not much subtlety about that challenge. Now he's off and running. Now it's Takahara. Now that looks a decent ball. Takahara receives it in a wide position. Played towards the front line. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. David Villa. He's going for goal! Oh, that is beyond special! A worldie and a half! A finish of true class! He has given that the lot. Bang!
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
Burnley get their goal. A bit of respectability restored. He's got away. And this is Yaya Toure. And this is Tevez. Great chance! That's going to go a long way. David Villa. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Oh, good ball! Well read, and the danger is averted. Now, can they get him away? Pass somewhat off target. Akanji. That has been slung wide. Vieira spots it and intercepts. Cherki. Now it's Tevez. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Well timed, excellent interception. Now this could be a chance. He's picked his way through, and it's Belletti. Rice. David Villa. Yaya Toure. Ignori. Looking to play him in. Roberto Carlos. It's an inviting looking ball, that. No, that's been intercepted. He's on it, can he get away? He's in plenty of space here, and he's managed to get free. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Xavi Alonso.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Neatly clipped into space, and he's definitely onside. Now the delivery.
Well, not the worst attempt. A little technical tweak should help the quality.
Tellez. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. A tale of two teams, one irresistible, unstoppable, the other fragile and seemingly clueless. So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?